Hello and welcome to the News by Standards. Millions of people received the next round of payments to help with rising bills from the end of April as a committee of MPs investigate the fairness of the scheme. Low-income households, pensioners and some disabled people will receive additional cost of living funds following an extension to the scheme from last year. MPs are studying whether the design of the prepayments system has supported those most in need. What cost of living payments will be available? Some groups will receive payments to help with higher bills, including £900 in total in 3 installments in spring, autumn and spring 2024, households on means-tested benefits. £300 for pensioner households in the winter, £150 to people on certain disability benefits paid in the summer. The first instalment of £301 for those on means-tested benefits will be made between the 25th of April and the 17th of May. Who is eligible for the £900? The payment in 3 installments is available to households who receive the following benefits: universal credit, income-based job seekers allowance, income-related employment and support allowance, income support, working tax credit, child tax credit, and pension tax credit, and pension credit. The payment reference on a recipient's bank account will be their national insurance number, followed by DWP-COLP. The 1.1 million people who receive only tax credits rather than any of the other benefits will be paid slightly later than others. People are not eligible for those payments if they receive New Style Employment and Support Allowance, Contributory Employment and Support Allowance, or New Style Job Seekers Allowance unless they get universal credit. Anyone who thinks they should have received the help but did not should contact the office that pays their benefits or tax credits. To qualify for the next instalment, people had to have had their claims of benefit payment between the 26th of January and the 25th of February 2023 or received a payment for an assessment period ending between these dates. Pensioner households may be able to have a new pension credit claim backdated. An estimated 850,000 pensioner households do not claim pension credit, which is a gateway to these extra payments. None of these cost of living payments affect the tax you pay or the benefits or tax credits you receive. What cost of living payments have people already received? 2 payments totaling £650 have been made to more than 8 million low-income households. The first instalment of £326 was paid between the 14th and 31st of July. The second instalment of £324 should have reached these eligible by the end of December. Payments of £300 were also paid to pensioners during the winter just gone, and a £150 payment was also made last year to those with disabilities. Some people would have received all of these payments if they were eligible. What other support has been available? Everyone's energy bill was cut by at least £400 during the winter. This was applied over 6 months with a £66 reduction in October and November and a £67 discount every month between December and March. The discount was made automatically by energy suppliers in England, Scotland and Wales. However, there are no plans so far for this to be repeated next winter. Separate arrangements were made for households in Northern Ireland, which has its own energy market. They are receiving a single payment of £600 starting in January, which is higher than the rest of the UK because a higher proportion of households use heating oil. Direct debit customers in Northern Ireland are having the money paid into their bank accounts. Other customers will be sent a voucher. What help are disabled people getting? Up to 6 million people on the following disability benefits will receive another £150 later in the year: disability living allowance, personal independence payments, attendance allowance, Scottish disability payments, Armed Forces independence payment, constant attendance allowance, and war pension mobility supplement. And what extra help will pensioners get? Households that receive the winter fuel payment, which is worth £200 to £300 and is paid to nearly all homes with at least one person of pension age, should have received an extra £300 in November or December. That should cover nearly all pensioners across the UK. Another additional cost of living payment of £300 will be made next winter. Lower income pensioners who claim pension credit receive the money in addition to the £650 support for those on benefits. This means a small group of pensioners with disabilities have already received a total of £1,500, with more to come. What is the inquiry by MPs all about? The Commons Work and Pensions Committee is studying whether cost of living payments have been received everyone in need of help. They are considering whether some have missed out on hundreds of pounds because they are just outside the qualifying criteria, and whether the package as a whole is sufficient for low-income families. People who receive the payments can offer their views to the committee via an online survey before the 16th of April. What other payments have been made? A £150 rebate, often through People's Council tax bill, was made last year. The payment method depended on whether you pay your council tax by direct debit and where you live in the UK. Some people were given fuel vouchers through the Household Support Fund, which is distributed by local councils. What else is the government doing to tackle energy prices? The government launched an energy price guarantee in October 2022, which limits a typical dual-fuel household's annual energy bill to £2,500. It is not a cap on how much customers actually pay. Your bill depends on how much energy you actually use. The scheme was initially designed to last for 2 years, but was then reduced to 6 months. However, the government has now confirmed the guarantee will continue until July. The plan applies to all households in England, Scotland and Wales, but in Northern Ireland a typical bill is lower. And what about help for businesses? The government also announced a scheme to cut energy bills for businesses, which ends at the end of March. Heavy energy using sectors like glass, ceramics and steel makers received a larger discount than others.